Talk to Joe on 1850 715 815.
And Joe at RT.ie and 51551 is our text number. And Amanda, good afternoon. Now, normally when we get calls about winter wonderlands and these Christmas fairs, it's thankfully they've stopped in the last few years, but there used to be about people being ripped off at 30, 40 quid, 120 euro for a family, and then the whole thing being a disappointment. This winter wonderland is free, and it opened last Friday, but there is some people worried about it. Amanda, good afternoon, Amanda.
Hi, Joe.
Will you tell people about where this free, are we advertising it now? This free, yes we are, this free winter wonderland is?
Okay, so it is taking place in the Church of Scientology on the Fairhouse Road.
Yeah, this new super duper, all glass frontage, well lit.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's very impressive looking. They have a fun fair, huge Christmas tree, and it's all free.
Now, I was looking up when this was mentioned. What religious holidays do Scientologists celebrate? They celebrate the birthday of L. Ron Hubbard. That's March the 13th, 1-3. The initial publication of Dianetics. That was a book that's May the 9th. The anniversary of the maiden voyage of the Free Winds, and what that vessel represents in the development of advanced spiritual levels of enlightenment in Scientology. That's June the 6th. Auditors' Day, in honour of all auditors. That's the second Sunday of September. The anniversary of the founding of the International Association of Scientologists. That is October 7th. And I'm jumping to November, nothing. I'm jumping to December, 1, 2, 3, 4, 23, 24, 25, nothing, 26, 27. Oh, on New Year's Eve. They celebrate New Year's Eve. No mention of Christmas or winter wonderland or the time of year or whatever. Now, when you say there's a fun fair, is it indoors or outdoors?
No, the fun fair is outdoors. It's clearly visible from the road. My kids, of course, when they see it going by, it looks amazing.
And it's free. And it's free.
And it's free, yeah.
I'm also reading, apparently, every Christmas it's a tradition in Hollywood, outside the Scientology office. Oh, it's a big shop frontage area they have, and they're always encouraging people to go in to do their personality test. But they have Santa Claus, who I presume they don't believe in either, going back to St. Nicholas. They've Santa Claus sitting outside. You can get your photograph taken with Santa if you take one of their books.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, this winter wonderland is not something that they've just come up with for Fairhouse. They've been doing this for a long time over in the States. They claim to have tolerance of all religions. In fact, they won't exclude you if you practice Catholicism or whatever. They don't have any problem with that at all.
And there's a fine photograph by Cyril Bourne of the Church of Scientology Winter Wonderland in the article accompanied Conor Gallagher's article today in the Irish Times. Now, unfortunately, we've no photographs inside, but it looks to me, if you took away the Church of Scientology and then you saw all the holly wreaths and the decorations and the blues, the reds, the Christmassy greens, winter wonderland, it could pass for any shopping centre in Ireland today, which invariably had the olive secular Christmas, as we heard last week. No mention of Christmas, but all winter wonderland. Now, would you be tempted to go over, Amanda, even to have a look?
No, I wouldn't, Joe, now, to be perfectly honest. And I frequented the centre before the Scientologists took over. It's a beautiful centre, lovely coffee shop, very nice facilities. But honestly, I think anyone that knows anything about Scientology just couldn't be seen to go in there and support the place. And it's a real pity because we're in an area where we need facilities. We need sports facilities, and interestingly enough, they've put in some sports facilities. And I think genuinely the only people that are going, and it's not many from what I've seen, are people who just don't really know a huge amount about Scientology. You know? Yeah,
but can you imagine? Well, you can. It doesn't take any leap. But a family under pressure, like how much is it to see Santa in Dublin now? 10, 20 quid if you want a parcel?
Yeah, absolutely.
3 or 4 quid.
It's very expensive.
3 or 4 children, that's 100 before you go anywhere. And you're now being offered to not just, I presume you can go in and visit Santa. I don't know if you get a parcel, but you're also getting a fun fair, which can be expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, look, there's a lot of people around the area very, very pushed for money, Joe, and at Christmas under even more pressure than normal. So I can totally see why people would go in and partake. But I suppose the fear of anyone that I've spoken to in the area, you know, all the mammies at the school gates, is that they do just want to get people in there. They want to make themselves part of the community.
Well, have they organised other events since they've opened?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, when they opened, very quickly after they opened, it was Halloween, and they had a Halloween event. And it was covered in the local newspaper, The Echo, and they had mothers on saying, well, look, it's free. I'll bring my kids anywhere that's free.
Yeah. And safe and spacey in that sense. You said it's a fine complex and it's in off the road. Centre. Okay, stay there, Amanda. Pete Griffiths, you were a member of the Scientologists, Pete.
That's right.
And do they know it's Christmas?
That's a very good question. If it helps to push them forward, they know anything.
So we'll keep talking. Why are they running a free Winter Wonderland fun fair in the heart of Cllr?
I'm sure you're familiar with the word propaganda. Yeah. That's essentially all it's about. I think the girl who's just talking there summed it up rather nicely when she said that, you know, they're just trying to ingratiate themselves into community and society. They want people to think they're just normal like everybody else. They want to come across as the good guys.
Yeah.
It's propaganda, pure and simple. That's the only reason they do this. And you correctly pointed out they do it in Clearwater and Los Angeles as well. It's to fool people, it's to hoodwink them, it's to lull them into a sense of false security.
That's some of the dates. They don't mark Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, but they do. One of them is baffling me. The anniversary of the maiden voyage of the Free Winds and what that vessel represents in the development of advanced spiritual levels of enlightenment in Scientology. They have they declare a religious holiday, or whatever they call it, a religious holiday in Scientology on June the 6th because it was the maiden voyage of a boat. What's all that about?
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, this is like the true side of Scientology. They have half a dozen events a year, and I think you mentioned all of them earlier. That's what the real Scientology year consists of. The way they've just dumped, Christmas on top of the schedule is only to make themselves look good. You said yourself that it looks no different to any holiday centre, shopping centre in Ireland, and it's true. They just want to appear normal. They want to look normal. Just to put a front up so that people will take that first step, buy that book or walk off with that DVD or whatever, and slowly maybe think, well, these people are not so bad after all. And then once you start down that road, they've got you. And before you know, you might wake up one morning as a Scientologist,
But in some shopping centres in Ireland, there are oratories. In one shopping centre recently in Cork, I know the local padres were hearing confessions. So what's wrong with the Scientologists reaching out?
There's nothing wrong with them reaching out. They've got every right to reach out. My problem with Scientology is only with the fraud, the abuse, and any crimes that are committed. They can believe what they like, but where that belief starts to affect behaviour and starts to affect people's lives, there's a history in Ireland of people going through hell. Years ago, it was Odor and Fortune. You might remember there was a famous Late Late Show devoted to that particular episode. Gay Byrne says it's his most memorable Late Late Show, and he did hundreds and thousands of them, and that's the one that sticks in his mind. Scientology one.
Okay, stay there. Pete, stay there. Let me bring in Councillor Charlie O'Connor, who's been up there. Charlie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe. Greetings from Cllr.
Can anyone object to, or is there any grounds to object to this free Winter Wonderland in the Church of Scientology in
Well, apparently
Cllr?
not, Joe. And I can confirm that I, and I'm sure other public representatives, are receiving calls about the situation.
Well, hang on. No, Charlie, come back.
Sure.
If I want to run a fun fair in Cllr or anywhere, or put up, if Duffy Circus want to come to that, don't you have to apply for permission?
You do. But I think the situation in this case, and I am checking it, by the way, and I suspect other colleagues are too, but they are within their own premises. So they're in there, and like I think what your callers are saying, and certainly Amanda made the point, that it is challenging the local community. And for example, she will know from the locality that there was another function yesterday in what was described in their blurbs as their real community centre in Fourhouse. So there's that sort of local tensions.
What was the other event?
Emerging.
What was the other?
It was a local function which seemed to be taking a rise out of Scientology and making the point, that they were the real community centre. And I do know from some calls I got this morning, Joe, that there's another community centre close by near Ballycra, the Park Community Centre, and they had a Christmas event on yesterday. Mm-hmm. And callers to me this morning made the point to me, and I'm just repeating what they said to me, was that they believed that the crowds that would normally go to them yesterday were absent because they had gone down to what was seen as the free event in the Scientology Centre. So there is that local tension, no question about it. And like from what we're hearing, the Christmas event in the Scientology Centre is top class, and as Amanda said, it's a challenge to families.
Okay, well let's talk to Laura. Amanda, I just have Laura. I'll come back to you in a second. Okay. I promise. Laura, 51551. Laura, who went to the Winter Wonderland in the Scientology Winter Wonderland. Laura, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
What tempted you in, Laura?
It was just a free event. I've been to the Halloween one. There was nothing sinister. I didn't join up. It was a great day. That's it. And tell us about their Winter Wonderland. What's in it when you go in? Well, there's there's carnival outside that were free. There was a Santa. There was a Grinch. There was a turning on the lights. I mean, it was just for the community. I'm not going to join up. Nobody talked me into it. That's it.
And was Santa there?
Yeah, Santa was there.
And were his elves there?
Yeah, his elves were there. Yeah, and then they emailed the pictures to you after.
Oh, you got a photograph?
Yeah, they emailed them to you because I'd been to the Halloween event. They just emailed them to your email.
And that's free as well?
Yeah.
But they get your email address?
Yeah, but they haven't emailed me since.
Okay. So what else is in there, Laura? Does Santa? Do I get a present from Santa, or can I buy a present?
No, you get a free little present. Yeah, there was a present. It was a little toy car.
Great.
A few different things. There was arts and crafts. There was hot chocolate. Yeah, it was fine.
And it sounds good. Yeah. And how long would you spend there with your kids? How long would you get an hour out of it?
The lights were on at 5:30, but then it was about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
The event, you might get an hour or two, but it was pretty cold.
And the rides outside were free?
Yeah, they were free.
Okay. And was there many of them?
There's like a kids one that goes around 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4, I think.
Okay.
It's going to be open from now until Christmas, I believe. Yeah, but I don't see many people kind of going from now until Christmas because it's kind of limited. There wasn't a big crowd there.
And is there what are you? Do you live in the area?
Yeah, I live in the area.
Are you aware of people being wary of it?
Yeah. Oh, I fully understand, but I mean, I've been there 3 times and I'm not joined up. I have nothing to do with it. I just go for the children, and it's a free event, and it's pumped up money. Yeah.
It's what money?
They have money.
They pump.
You know, and the events
money,
yeah, the events are, well structured. They have an organizer, well run.
Well, tell us who hosts it. Who, like when you walk in, does someone say hello? How are you? Is there a reception desk or?
Oh well, there is a reception desk. Yeah, but you don't. I mean, there's side doors. The Halloween one was good as well. There's not one person there. There's a lot of people.
And did they say, are there any indication that there's more events coming?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of events coming up. There's a flyer. Yeah, there's reindeers now. It's going to be there in a few weeks. So I'll bring the kids down to that as well.
What's
like live reindeers.
Oh, they're bringing in live reindeer?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a big one for kids, won't it?
Yeah, be nice. That's it. I mean, look, I don't know what they do.
Well, you've heard of Scientology.
Yeah, well, briefly, but I mean, I haven't joined up.
I know, but you've heard. Have you heard of the controversy about them? That
yeah, briefly, yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, I have, but I mean...
You were saying, I've heard so much, I wouldn't. Would you...
It doesn't affect me. I'm not joining up. You know, they have a coffee morning on a Tuesday. They have a lot of activities on there. The movie night for kids.
Oh, do they? And what type of movies do they have?
Kids movies?
Yeah.
Could be The Grinch, or I don't know. They have a few. It's similar to the past people that were there at the Victory Centre. I've been there as well, just for their events, going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you picked up any literature about them?
No.
Do you have no interest in them whatsoever?
No. No.
Are they Irish, American? Where are they from?
There's a lot of American, a lot of French lady. There's the people that had done the Friday night. There was like a little stage there, and they were Irish, and they were all kind of about promoting the Irish kind of way. Definitely, I noticed that.
Of the Irish way of Irish way of what?
I don't know, just the Irish. Because before, a lot of them would not be Irish, so they kind of wanted to welcome the community and stuff. That's what I felt. They wanted to kind of get it out there that they're kind of for the community. They wanted to do things for the community.
Okay.
There was a few protesters outside as well.
Okay, what were they saying?
I just drove by them and waved. No, I didn't wave. But there was about 10 of them outside.
And what did your children think of it?
Well, one would be old enough to talk to, one wouldn't be old enough.
Yeah.
She enjoyed it. Talking to Santa and stuff. Yeah, and the Grinch. And they had like a bubble, or it was kind of a snow machine outside as well. And the lights on and stuff. Yeah, it was nice. It was just a bit cold.
That's normal at this time of year. And what else is there on for Christmas up in Tallaght? There's an ice skating rink. I saw that. Isn't there opposite the square?
Melbourne Hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. There's anything else up in Tallaght for Christmas?
Joe, there's a Fawcett Circus.
Okay, where's that on?
It's on in the stadium grounds.
Well, do you have to pay into that? I presume you do.
Yes, you do, and you have to pay into ice skate. But the ice skate people tell me they're getting a lot of good reaction at the moment. People are going in big numbers.
Okay.
And I'm sure Fawcett's will get the same crowds, big crowds, as last year.
Yeah.
So it's all going.
Well, Charlie, listen to Laura there. Laura's of the world, and she knows her run, and she's not bothered.
Sure. Well, like I can tell you as a public representative getting calls on the subject, and I am, that there is that mixed reaction. And there is. And you're getting, like, you've got other type of calls, and I certainly have, and some of them, like, I'd prefer not to relate to because some of the stuff. But it is getting a mixed reaction locally, no question. And I don't think any of your callers would deny that. That's the reaction they're getting. And it is, like, there's no question. I think those of us who've seen the facility, and I did go down, some of my colleagues said they weren't going down, but I felt I was getting so many calls about it that I should go and have a look myself. And I think, as your contributor has just said, they are superb facilities, no question. Okay.
Amanda, listening to Laura there. Laura, you've heard her. She said, I know what they do, but I have no interest, and there was no attempt to inculcate me.
Well, I'll be terribly interested to see over time, now that they have the email address, what will happen there. I mean, why are they taking email addresses? Okay, we want to let you know about future events. I'd be very interested to see where that goes now, I have to say.
Just emailing the pictures out.
Yeah.
I was there for October. That was October at Halloween, and they haven't written to me since.
Yeah, I'll be interested over time. I still think it's early days.
Laura, you mentioned the Scientology coffee morning. Do you go to that?
No, I don't drink coffee. No.
Well, you know what I mean. I don't.
No, I don't in work. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I just know a few things about them because I've read, the flyers and stuff out there.
Pete Griffiths, it sounds high end in terms of being well organised, Pete, and Laura didn't detect any overt attempt to inculcate.
I think your previous caller nailed it when she said, we'll see what happens in time. I ran a Scientology organisation, so I know what's expected. And collecting names and address and contact details is one of the things you're supposed to get. Then you get bombarded with literature and leaflets. There's a long way to go yet. This is early days. And I suggest anybody with any interest or anybody who lives in the area, do your own research. Don't just listen to what the Scientologists tell you.
Okay.
Do your own research and make up your own mind. You know, at the end of the day, you owe yourself that much, you know.
Okay. Charlie O'Connor, Councillor Charlie O'Connor, Amanda, thanks indeed, and Pete Griffiths, and indeed Laura, who was there.